Hey everybody, it's Anne popping on behind my apron tonight. So it has gotten cold out. I don't know where you're following along from, but Iowa has turned to fall today. Pretty chilly. So I just thought it was fun to have an easy hot supper dish to make. So I don't know what you guys are making, but drop it in the comments below. I always like knowing what people are making tonight. But I am doing a new recipe. Never made this, but I've had it before, and it's Bahn Mi. It's a Vietnamese bowl. It's so easy. It's delicious. So on the cooktop, which I'm not going to walk over there because I don't want to get any of you moving me with motion, but I have rice cooking, and then I also have a ground pork recipe, and I'll just tell you what, I'll try to link it. This is a Pinterest recipe, so I'll try to link it, but it's got green onions, garlic, soy sauce, fish sauce, sriracha sauce, ginger, brown sugar, and some pepper and lime juice. So that is simmering on top of the stove while the rice is cooking. So I need to do the pickled vegetables. So that's what I thought I would show you guys. So this is kind of a fun thing. So first I'm gonna mix together the sauce, and I'm gonna put a quarter of a cup of rice vinegar, I'm sorry. Just natural unflavored rice vinegar. And I'm using my Easy Read measuring cup. So as you can see, I think you can see, I can just pour in, and when it gets to the quarter of a cup line, I know it's done. And this is one of my favorite sets in Pampered Chef's line if you're shopping this fall. And I'm going to add that to the bowl. Then the next ingredient says I need a tablespoon of half of toasted sesame oil. So we'll use toasted sesame oil and put a half in there. Then we're going to do some fresh squeezed lime juice, and I love using a citrus press. So you guys, if you make marinades, if you make dishes that call for something like this, if you make fresh cocktails, get yourself a good citrus press. This is so much easier than a juicer, because for those types of recipes, you don't need a whole bunch. You need a tablespoon or two. In fact, most regular size lemons and limes will contain about a tablespoon of juice each. So cut your lime in half. The cut side is what goes down in the citrus press. Need to turn it around for you. And then just turn it over and squeeze all of the juice right in the recipe, and put the other half in and do the same. And the holes on the bottom will catch you, so no seeds will come in either. So this is lime juice. It needed about 2 tablespoons, so I knew that means it would take the whole lime. So that is in. Then I need half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to use some sea salt and grind that right in. And then the last ingredient it needs is honey, and I forgot to grab it, so I'll be right back. Don't you love it when the cook's not organized? So I forgot to get out the honey, but I need 2 tablespoons of honey, and I'm going to use the mini of the Measure All cup, so that I can just pour the honey into the 2 cup line or 2 tablespoon line, and then I'll be able to dump it right into the mixing bowl and whisk it together. So it cleans the container for me, which is such a nice step. And then just whisk that whole pickling marinade together, okay? So you want to get the honey mixed in well with the lime juice and the vinegar so it all blends. And then once you have that mixed really well, just set it aside, because now we're going to do the vegetables. And this recipe asks you to have julienne cut radishes, carrots, and cucumber. And I am going to use the Rapid Prep mandolin to do it, because that is so much faster than you julienne cutting by hand. And so I'm actually going to lift up and show you this quick. First of all, it does fold flat. The blade at the top locks in, and you can put it all in the storage case. So it opens up, but right here is 2 dials. So this lets you set the thickness of the julienne cut or the thickness of your slice, or if you want to make French fries. So it gives you the choices by the dial. So I have it set for a real thin julienne cut because that's what I want. And I've already thrown some carrots and a chunk of cucumber in here. I'll even throw a couple radishes in. It doesn't matter if you do them separately or all together because these are all going to go in the mixture. In fact, the recipe, if you're making a full batch, the recipe wants 1 cup of each of the vegetables, julienne cut, for the marinade. But I'm doing a half batch, okay? And then this is your food pusher so that you never ever get your fingers close to any of the blades. So I just put the pump back up, and then this simply will run, and I think you guys can see it popping into my container right there. And then I'll turn it so it does them all flat. And I will show you how they're all julienne cut. And so I'm gonna add, that does not look like a half a cup of each, so I'm gonna do a few more, but you guys don't need to be bored and see that. But when you're done, you open this green button, take off the cylinder, and then wash it. And you can use a little brush, throw it in the dishwasher. But when you store it, look at that. So that all pops on, this locks, can go on, and this will go inside. So that's the Rapid Prep mandolin. So to make these pork bowls tonight, you're going to take your vegetables and put them in this pickling marinade so that they're pickling. So that'll get going first. And then when the rice is done and the pork recipe part is done, you will layer it like a bowl. So you'll put down some rice, and you could also use rice noodles if you'd rather have that instead of just regular rice. So you'll put the rice, and then you're going to put the ground pork mixture, and then you're going to put the pickled vegetables, top it with some sliced green onions, a little bit of cilantro, and you have to serve to your family a Bahn Mi Vietnamese pork bowl. Enjoy, everybody. And if you're following along on one of my virtual parties this week, stay tuned as we talk through things. And I should tell the rest of you, if you want to watch Doris Christopher, our founder of Pampered Chef, cooking live from our test kitchen tomorrow night, I have a link that will let you register. And since it's our 44th anniversary, we are giving away 44 prizes tomorrow night. So if you want that Zoom link to register, I will drop it in the comments below, and then I'll put another comment in. I'll try to attach this recipe from Pinterest. All right? Don't forget, your job was to drop in what you're making for dinner tonight. See you soon.